Okay, so recorded and started. So, in previous classes, we know how we can, what exactly Android means, how we can utilize a tool called Android Studio in order to develop an applications, that too Android applications that will run on the Android operating system. In the first module, we come across general components like views, view groups, as well as intents, activity, okay, and how we can move from one intent to another intent. What are different types of intent, like internal intents and external intent. Okay, so and also we come across how we can test the application using the available features in Android Studio, how we can do unit testing in the first module. The second module, so we come across how we can make our app user interactive. That is, we request the information to users so that we can process it and we can provide the output to the users based on the requirements. Right. For that purpose, we come across different types of user interaction. It may be like edit text field. It may be uh, some different controls like radio button, tag button, and also uh, different options related components like what we have there is a radio button as well as spinners, okay, and also some of the different dialog boxes. It may be alert dialog box, it may be uh, like a calendar, or it may be some alarm related things which will we can enable so that it will appear in the application. All these things we come across in the second module, and also we learn how we can do integration testing using espresso testing as well as the Ricardo testing. There is an automatic testing available in Android Studio. That's with module 2. And the module 3 is based on suppose how we can see, we all know that, and every frame it will be refreshed at a rate of in 16 milliseconds. If the data is doesn't loaded within this time, application may be it will be hang, or it won't show the data that is updated, or it may be, if it is more than a 3 second, of course it will end with the application not responding. So for that sake, what we'll do, instead of everything running in a main thread, we will move some of the long running tasks into the background so that it will run as a separate thread. When it completes, it will intimate the UI main thread that I have completed this task. Like that, we can do moving our long running tasks into a background using some of the features available in Android, that is async task as well as loaders framework as well as services. So these three things which help us to make long running task as a background task, which may be running in the same thread or may be running as a separate thread. So it won't interfere in the operations of the foreground task. It will completely move to the background task and it will do its work, and it will inform to the foreground task about what it has done and whether it is completed or not. Okay, that are things we come across in the module 3. And also we also come across some of the periodic notifications as well as periodic alarms, and how we can do those type of things, and also broadcast things, broadcast receiver, because sometimes we have to do periodic alarms or notification that to be appears in the mobile phone. And if it is on periodic, who will take care of listening these things, right? Somebody has to be listening in the background so that it will, whenever he listen, he will throw some notification or alarm. So for that cases, we come across a broadcast receivers. So these are the broadcast receiver. Normally, these are the background components that always listens in your mobile phone. They are running in background and they are used for some specific task. Okay, and they are always listening based on the schedules with respect to your background task. Okay, so for that case, we come across background broadcast receivers, and also we come across a lot of hands-on with respect to background broadcast receivers, as also alarms as well as notification. And also we come across system services. That's what with respect to module 3. And module 4 is purely, so how we are going to store our data, whether it may be in local storage or it may be external storage or out of our mobile phone, maybe through servers or some cloud storage, etc., etc. Right? For that sake, we studied all necessary information, how we are going to process the data, and what are the different types of way we can process or store or read the data. That thing was studied in the module 4, and we know how we can utilize shared preferences in order to store some of the settings related or some temporary data into our mobile phone. Not exactly temporary data, means the first time, whatever your data you want to put it in some fields, you want to restore that information so that it avoids the users to type again and again. And also some of the settings you want to reset with respect to your mobile phone, and you want to retain that information in your mobile phone even if you switch off or switch on the mobile phone. So that information we can do it by storing the same information in our local storage through the help of shared preferences. We come across those things, and we had even one hands-on with respect to shared preferences. And also after that, we think instead of storing everything in a local, we think we will store the information in terms of a structured manner. For that sake, we studied what exactly database means, what exactly database management system means, and how we can write queries in SQL programming language. The same thing, how we can develop this application by utilizing some of the database concepts in Under Studio. For that sake, we studied one of the lightweight DBMS, that is called SQLite. Using SQLite, we developed an application, and also that was also an answer. And we come across a lot of good things with respect to database related, right? So that you can store your information or read your information in a structured manner, and how cursors helps, which appears in between these two, like a database as well as your application. How cursors helps you to maintain and to process the data within your application. Also, we studied, and the last thing we studied in our fourth module is was based on the content provider as well as loader frameworks. So here also you will have a one intermediate layer which will help us to process, or which will help us to do all the necessary operation with respect to data without directly contact to different types of, it may be without directly contact to any data sources. Data sources may be anything. We don't have a restriction in your content provider, right? It may be structured, unstructured, like files. It may be like uh, even dictionary related databases. Anything it may be. So it won't bother. So if you want to process such type of data, of course you have a one medium layer. It will be help us to process the data. In the application, we have one more layer. Okay, that is the main layer which will directly contact to content provider instead of directly app is contacting to a content provider. That is what we studied, that is content resolver. And also for the sake of catching information, instead of directly loading every data at the same time, which will be leads us our application to be in a hang stage, or it may be in with some ANR related things. To avoid this, we try to load the data in a background rather than in a foreground. For that sake, we come across some loaders, also cursor loaders, and also we think that utilizing that some sort of caching method, we can make our application to be run faster and load the data faster. So whatever the necessary data that should be appear in the initial loading of your application, that appears, and the remaining data, the updated data is just gone update appears in your application. It won't make the users that the application is slow. That are the things we come across. Uh, so these are the four modules we studied, and so today, yes, since you know each and everything of an development now, so you know how to create an application, how you can create an components, and how you can create an user interactions, and how you can make your run to run in a background. Okay, and how you also know how you can store the data and process the data. Everything we come across. And the fifth module is mainly, so, what are the security features you have to think with respect to your application? And what are the permissions whenever you run some install some application? It requires some permission from some hardware devices or other apps in your application, right? In your mobile. How you are going to get a permission or grant a permission to access that device, because that device is not belongs to your application, right? So you must give the permission, the external person, the user who is accessing the mobile phone, sorry, your app, he has to set the permission whether I have to allow that allow this app to use my camera, or use my network, whatever it is. How we can do that? That thing we are going to learn in the fifth module, and also what are the security features and how security is important in your mobile application. So how you have to think your data, whether the data is accessible to anybody or whether you want to stay some data in terms of confidential, because you are going to gather a lot of data from the users, right? And that the data is too confidential to that particular users. You cannot share everything with some other applications. So at that time, what are the security features you have to be ensure that user as safe from hacking and other things, right? So that thing also you are going to study in the fifth model. Meanwhile, one more thing you are going to study, that is one of the very good feature that is available. Instead of feature, we can say it is a tool that is provided by Google Cloud. Okay, it will help us to do lot of things. What you have done development, after development, what you have to do, including the some of the development with respect to your application, even other things, maybe analytics, maybe messaging, maybe anything. Okay, a lot of features are available. That tool is called FireBAse. We are going to learn how we can utilize the FireBAse and how can we improve our mobile application, and how can we extract the means how can we improve the marketing of our application so that it will reach to numerous number of customers. Also how we can gather the analytics so that we help us to do some what we say that uh, processing related tasks, that we can improve the speed of our tasks, and also we can reduce the sizes of the data what we are going to store. There are a lot of things we can do in that using the Firebase. And also one more thing is that something called AdMob. So why you are developing application? You want to earn from the existing market, right? So you have some good idea with you, and you want to implement that idea, and you want to put that idea into the whole market. The users are there. You have some cluster of users you are targeting on. Once you reach those users, and you must earn something from that, right? Majority of the application, they don't get any user fees. See, if you think in terms of YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is, they doesn't expect any money from the user side, right? But how they are earning? For that sake, you must do some advertisement, right? So advertisement means there are some companies, they will see your app, whether your app is having a huge number of customer base. And they have, of course, there is an intermediate person. The client will meet that intermediate person. That intermediate person will contact you, and he will try to post ads in your mobile phone that will be visible to the users based on their way of transaction, right? For that sake, for earning purpose, we have something called AdMob. Okay, so that is also provided by Google. That thing also we are going to learn what are the things available in AdMob. Okay, once you everything we done with, the final thing of the module 5 is how you are going to publish your app. Okay, final thing is only how you are going to publish your app in the Google market, and also what are the things available from the Google Play Store that will help your application so that it will improve the some more features of your application so that it will reach to a huge number of clusters. Okay, that's what we are going to learn. So all of you listening, right? So am I audible? My voice is
Yes,
clear.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you. So what we do is anyhow the permissions, security as well as other things is completely theory. It will take some of half an hour time in order to express you what are the how we can set the permission and how we can what are the things you have to concentrate on security features. And also the publish is also we cannot, since I don't have a money of $25 or $30, so that it will I will show you how we can publish our app. For that sake, what we will have a completely theory based. I will show in websites itself how we can do all those things, but I cannot purchase the data, right? So purchase the account. For that sake, what I will do is today I'm going to show you one of the very good features what exactly Firebase means, and how we can use the Firebase to develop and improve our mobile application by getting the lot of features available in the Firebase, and also what are the things that can be done by the Firebase with respect to your application. It may be any Firebase is not solely for Android. It can even work with iOS also, any other applications. Okay, even web applications also like websites. Okay, so today we are going to learn something about Firebase instead of learning the theory concept. We'll have one answer today. Okay. What I do, I'm going to share some. One minute. Okay. So you can raise your questions if you have any doubts with respect to this class, because this is also very important, because once you develop the application, then you have to think in terms of analytics as well as market, right? Because if you don't know overall using your application and overall how much they are using your application and in which data they are concentrating on in which location your application is actually using, if you don't know that, then you cannot understand the customers. If you don't understand the customers, you cannot update or improve your application. So one in future it may be handed similar like some of the application which is handed too early, right? That's why you must analyze. Analytics is very important for your application, because if you simply develop it and if you don't concentrate on your application, you may thinking that my applications are using by more number of customers. If you don't know which type of customers are using and where in which location they are using and what type of data they are processing with, so you can't understand your customer base at all. So your application won't become a famous at all, and you won't earn a lot of money. In future, it will be handed simply like it will go on desktop. That's why it is very important to think in terms of customer base, and also improve your applications. For improving purpose, Android Studio also provides you a lot of good features, but that is not more than enough. Okay, so for that case, Google is providing you a lot of good free services for you in order to improve or improve the efficiency as well as customer base as well as earning things. For that case, we have a tools called Firebase as well as AdMob. Okay, so we are going to concentrate on how we can use this Firebase, what exactly Firebase means, and how we can earn a lot of money using AdMob. Okay, that's what our today's topic. So the content is very simple. We are going to learn a very good library tool. We think in terms of anything here. It also works as a tool. It also works as a library. It also works as a lot of good things. So that's why I can tell you Firebase. Okay, and also about AdMob. So 1 minute. So what exactly Firebase? Yeah, the good word is rather than I'm speaking tools, libraries, whatever it is a platform. It is a platform. So everything platform in the sense it is everything. It even works as a tool. It even works as a technology. When it works as a libraries, whatever it. So that's what. That's why it is a platform. So this platform provides multiple tools, multiple tools. So the tools you can use in order to develop your app, application, mobile app, or in order to improve your application so that you can grow your user base. You will understand what type of users are there with respect to your application, and also how we can use the Firebase so that you can improve and reach the customer base efficiently, and also helps us to earn money from your app. That's what it is, a platform that will have a lot of libraries and tools in order to develop and modify your app so that it will be more efficient than you developing in Android Studio. But Android Studio is must. Okay, you cannot solely develop any application using Firebase. Okay, suppose if you want to build an Android application, means the mandatory thing is Android Studio. So after you develop the application, you will link the Firebase to your Android Studio. That's what you are going to do. Okay. So once you've done that, you will have a lot of other tools available in our what we say that Firebase. So you can use it for our application development. So as I already told that Firebase is not solely for, even though it is from Google, it is not solely only for Android. Even it provides all the features to Android also, iOS also, web also. If you are a developer of iOS, you can utilize this Firebase features. Even web developers, like suppose if you are building some a good websites, full stack web development, similar like applications like Flipkart or something like FB or whatever it is. Okay, so there also it is helpful. Normally, full stack development means you will have a good thing with respect to JavaScript. You have a good programming knowledge about Python or PHP or whatever it is. Okay, there also it helps you. So what exactly Firebase and how it will be helpful for you. So Firebase, it's an cloud-based platform. It is not like a standalone tool that you have to install into your application, into your Windows operating system or Linux operating. It is not like that. It is a completely cloud-based platform. So what it will do is it will provide you a good web front end. So and it will provide you a lot of tools. Okay, it may be some authorization, maybe databases, storage, hosting, whatever it is. Okay, so it will have a lot of tools in order to build your application. So for that sake, it is going to provide you some web-based front end. Okay, so that's why I told you this is not a standalone developed application, so that you have to install to your laptop. It is a cloud-based platform. So what it will do, whenever you want to utilize the Firebase features into your application, means what you have to do is you want to connect your app to your Firebase project, and you have to enable lot of features are there. As I told that it may be real-time database, it may be authentication, it may be analytics, it may be messaging, in-app messaging, or cloud messaging. There are a lot of things are there. You want to use those features, means you want to enable that features in your mobile phone, sorry, mobile application. I will show you how you can do enable the features in Gradle file. Okay. Once you've done that, you can even add the code to your app. That's what you can do it. So as I told that, in order to create a Firebase console, so what can I do? Directly, I will explain in real time, or first I will explain the presentation, then I'll start real time, means hands-on thing. You tell me. Parallelly, I'll do hands-on, or once I complete my presentation, so that I'll start with the hands-on. What you need it in what forum? Parallelly, we do, or once I complete the presentation, so that I will start hands-on later. Please, I need a reply from your side. Maybe you will have only 2 class left. This class and the next class we are going to complete the, at least now. At least I need your interaction. Listening, right? People. Nobody is listening. See, even if I simply sit like this, like you only, I don't do anything. This 2 hours will go on. What you will learn? So I must know, right? Somebody is listening to me, so that what I'm explaining actually reach to somebody. What is there? Nothing is there if I am not teaching anything. I can simply sit like you people only. So 2 hours will go over. I will wait any reply from your side. Till that time, I will also sit idle. We'll see how much time he will not reply. Nothing is going on. You won't reply at all, right? There's no meaning of teaching at all. Explain simultaneously. At least one person is listening. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Okay, so what I do is I will explain simultaneously as you requested. For that sake, I have to share complete thing. So the entire screen I'm going to share. So we have a presentation. And for that sake, we need Google Chrome also. Please, I'm going to share two windows here. For that sake, if you have any question, please switch on your mic and ask me. Okay. So this is very important to improve your app performances. That's why I'm asking you. I'm using simultaneous thing. So as we told that in order to create Firebase application, first you have to open firebase.google.com. That is firebase.google.com. So if you open that, so it will come like this. Okay. So first, since what I do is I will switch to another account because from scratch I am going to explain you. For that sake, I'm going to switch to another account. So what expectation is I'm going to shift to some other account and which URL I have to open Firebase. Since I have a lot of account with Firebase in my personal email, so for that sake I'm using some dummy email here. Okay, so whenever you just open the firebase.google.com, you will get a web page similar like this. You can see similar like this. It will tell you what exactly Firebase means and what are the features available in Firebase and what are the products and solutions that can be provided by Firebase so that it will help you to build the application, to monitor the application and engage the application and also get money from the application. There are a lot of products out there. These are the lot of products available in features like Cloud Firestore. It is similar like a database that is SQLite what we studied, but it is a NoSQL. It is not structured manner. And Firebase provided with lot of machine learning algorithms. Okay, it may be clustering, classification, or analytic algorithms. So it will help you in order to work with respect to your application. And also there are a lot of cloud functions are will be helpful for something like Kubernetes, something like okay. There are the other things are there which will help you to distribute your work and so that it would be reached very faster to your client base and also authentication thing. User can store your authorization details in Firebase itself and also hosting. You can put all your files stored in some location in Firebase itself. You don't need to purchase any server thing that is third party server so that you can store your files for web purposes or server purposes. Cloud storage is for like a Google Drive. Okay, you can store any type of files. A real-time database. I will explain how we can use real-time database so that also. Okay, I will explain analytics, real-time database, and in-app messaging or sorry, cloud messaging as well as testing. All four things you are using Test Lab. I'm going to show you how can we test the application. At real time, we are going to see how several persons will build a real-time chat application. Okay, so these are the things what we are going to study. Now, I don't have any account associated with. So I will go to okay. So I don't have any account associated with my email. So first time I'm going to create the account information. So what we have to do is I want to create an application. For that case, what we have to do is I have to go to console. Okay, have to go to console. Since you are logged in, automatically the Firebase thinks that you are the genuine customer and you want to start work with the Firebase. It don't ask any permissions and all. Okay, so if you don't have any users logging into your browser, then of course it will require some Google account to log in into your Firebase. Okay, suppose if I have sign out all the accounts here, whenever you just click on that firebase.google.com, it will have some authorization. That is, you have to come to this Firebase through Google account also. Okay, or any other, even not only Google. If you have a business account also, you can come to the Firebase. So they need some authentication or verification. Okay. Now, in order to create a new project, so as I told that, now to create a new project, so click on create new project. Click on create new project. Okay. So name the project. Give some name to your project. So what I will give is, I'm going to my first or uh, DSATM. I'm going to give DSATM. Okay, fine. So my app name is DSATM app. I accept all Firebase thing. So I'm going to continue. Fine. So now Google, it will give you a lot of analytics and other things. So for that thing, what I do is I have enabled the Google Analytics for my project. So I will continue. So I will accept the Google Analytics terms, and you want to select in which location your app is concentrating on. For that sake, what I do is I'll select India. Okay. So analytics location is mainly through India, and my customer bases are mainly India. So now it is creating a project. Meanwhile, when it is creating, we will create a new project in Anda Studio also, because I want to register my Firebase into my Anda Studio, right? So I'm going to open my Anda Studio. I will create new project. So this was the SQLite application what we previously worked with. So new project. So I go with empty. For this, um, my BSC for my application, I just change this thing into my own package because it is very helpful when you are working with internet related things. Cloud. Okay, so my package name is com.include.myDSCTM. So my programming language is Java. I'll just finish it. So I'm going to close this application. So we'll wait until we get that Gradle sync started. I asked to wait until Gradle sync finished. So make sure that whenever you created any new application, so your Android Studio, in order to connect the Firebase into your Android Studio, the one thing you have to make sure you have to enable that option. I will show what option you have to enable. So now my Gradle sync is finished. I have an empty project with me. All of you go to tools. There you have something called SDK Manager. Go click on that SDK Manager. There you have something called SDK Tools. Please ensure that your Google Play services is installed into your Android Studio or not. If it is not installed, please click on that Google Play server and apply the changes. It will install these libraries into your Android Studio. So in order to connect Firebase into your Android Studio, this thing is must. Means you have to enable Google Play services. Okay. Here in my case, I have installed Google Play services. I don't need to again reinstalling things. So I just simply click on OK. So please ensure in Tools, in SDK Manager, go to SDK Tools, There, please ensure whether Google Play Services is installed or not. Okay, if it is not installed, please install that package into Android Studio. Fine. So now, so we'll create some simple application, okay, with some good UI, because at least we must see, right, what is happening with our application. So that's like what I do is I'll just change the background color of this, and even I'll change the title of this. Title is it is level, right? Here I'm going to name, say, so we can modify some colors and all. My favorite colors are going to be this bold, and I change the size to 34 sp. If you want to set the constraint, it is set it. I don't bother with the right side. Okay, if you wish, you can match the constraint. So uh, match the constraint and maybe some attributes like okay. So I'll just go to the app. Okay. So I'll just change the background of this app also. So let's just go to background, simply change the color. Okay, that's also good. So now what I do is I will use one edit text thing. Uh, so the background is not that much good. Just change to plain. Okay. So this is I'm going to give some constraints to this. So here simply go enter go. Yeah, one more thing. So what I'll do is I'll just make it multiple lines. Enter something rather than me. Enter something. So this is our application. Okay. I can drag it. So and you want to show it in a good you can show it. Just I'll go with the so it will display entire thing. This is a very simple thing I have used, and I'll do modify some thing here. So I have created one edit text. For that case, I'm going to create one object, and also I'm going to register that object here. That is key1 goes to find me by ID, and I know what is the ID I have given. That's something like edit text to person name. So my app is ready now, okay, without any errors, and the simple app is ready. Now, how can you register our Firebase into this particular app? That's what we have to learn, right? First thing, you have to ensure your Sdk Manager has installed Google Play Services. Once you've done that, next what you have to do is go to the Google things. Here, your new project is ready. Now I'm going to continue. So once you click on that continue, it will provide all the features available in Firebase with respect to your application. Okay, with respect to your project. Project is different, application is different. In project, I may have a multiple application, right? With respect to my project, I will have a lot of features of Firebase that are all listed here. Here you can check with respect to building your application. We have a lot of good things, tools are there. There is an authentication tool. Using authentication tool, I can build. authentication with respect to my app, that is user authorization things, that is user login or user sign up, register, all those things I can build into my application using FireBAse. And the next thing is FireStore database, real-time database. The FireStore database are nothing but it's a cloud database, which is an unstructured database. Our data is going to be stored in the form of JSON file. JSON, that is key and value pair. So here, this is similar like a SQLite, what we have worked in our previous example. Same way you are going to store your data, but it is in an unstructured manner. You are not going to think in terms of SQL here. Here not in terms of table here. You will think in terms of JSON. Okay, so you are going to store your information in the form of JSON in FireStore. And real time is it will see what happens when you are working in your application. When you enter the data, you have to refresh, right? The data should be go to the database and it has to be abused into your base. It will take long time. Okay, so whatever chart boxes, like whenever you enter the data, it has to be abused simultaneously in that application, right? If you have a such type of things and you want to store your data into your database and it has to be abused as fast as into your application, then you have a services called real-time database that is provided by these uh, FireBAse. That also we are available as a build for building your application. Then storage. This you want to store some data in terms of unstructured manner, whether it may be file, videos, and all. For that is also you can build it that functionality into your app for storing information that will be available by the FireBAse. And as I already told that hosting, and there are a lot of machine learning algorithms. It may be some good things like key means. There are a lot of good algorithms like algometric algorithms. There are a lot of things out there that can be included in your application. So these are all with respect to build, and these are all with respect to analytics purpose. Okay. So with respect to performance, so how much CPU is using in your application, and how much users are there. There are a lot of things we can study in performance. One, you can even test your application in the using test lab. That is also available in FireBAse. Uh, there are good analytics things we can do it. I will show what are the analytics we can do it in our application. In that only I will explain all the things. So this is with engaging your application so that if you have a large huge customer base, you want to publish one application and sorry one message as a notification to entire customer base, we can directly publish those messages using cloud messaging, and also we have in-app messaging between. We can do some messages between our app itself. Okay, and we have something called AdMob. It will help us to earn money from our application by publishing ads in our application. So these are the features available in FireBAse. Now we will learn how we can connect our FireBAse to our Android Studio app. See, here get started by adding. So you can see you can add any app to your FireBAse. It may be iOS app, it may be web app, or it may be Android. Our purpose is to add Android app, right? Just click on that Android. Okay, so now it will ask us the package name. Just go to your Android Studio, and what is your package name? Just you can see our package name is what? com.infcloud.mytsat. Just copy it and paste it here. There, here. Okay, paste it here. So now my package name is pasted. So you want to give some nickname to your app, you can give it. Simple, anything. Easy. This is a nickname. Okay. And this is with respect to hashing, because for security transaction between the ID and us, for that sake, we don't want any other things here. Okay. Just register your app. For that case, what we do, we will get the package name and we'll paste it here. Okay. And you can give some nickname here. These are all optional. You need to add. If you give also no problem. If you don't give also no problem. I'm going to register my app. So okay, now I have registered. So whatever the features in app to provide as a features to my application, what Firebase will do is it will register the features and it that is saved in the form of JSON file. What we have to do is we have to download the JSON file. Okay, we have to download that JSON files and we have to copy that JSON file and we have to paste it there. So what we have to do is in order to now go to Android Studio. Okay, so now I have downloaded the file, right? So I'll just go to download here. This is my file I have downloaded. So what I do is I just simply rename. Not mandatory. For my understanding purpose, I am renaming this. It is not mandatory. You just simply copy it and paste it there. Okay. So copy this Google Service JSON and paste it into this app. So where you have to pair, just right click on that app and paste it. So once you paste that, so whatever the things with respect to your app and the Firebase things, everything is available in this Google JSON services. Okay. So now, other than this, we have to do some more work with respect to Firebase in order to register our app. Just go to here. Now this step is finished. We added the. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎರಡು ಒಂದೂವರೆ ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ. So now, once you register your package name to your here in the Firebase, and after that downloading that configure file and paste it in Android Studio, what you have to do is you have to add some information into our Gradle files. First, what you have to do is just go to project build Gradle file. Okay, so I'll go to here in Gradle file. First thing is project build Gradle file. I have to ensure the repository consists of Google because I have to use this Firebase, right? I have to use the Google services. So for that case, I have to ensure Google is there or not. So now in my case, Google is there, no problem. Next thing is I have to check. I have to add this line. That is, I want to add Google services into my application, right? For that case, in dependencies, I have to add this class path. So for that case, what I'll do is I just copy it and I'll paste it here. In here, just I'm going to add one more class path. This is with respect to Google services. So now the class path is added. And some more things I have to ensure. I have to ensure, okay, in all projects, whether I have a Google Maven repository is there or not, we'll see. Yes, in all project repository, I have a Google. So everything is finished with my project that build Gradle. Okay. Now, even I have to go app module dot build Gradle. So there, I'll just go to app now. So project is finished. App I will go. So now what we have to do is uh, now I just need this Google Services plugin should be available in my uh, uh, app module. For that case, what I do is so I'll go to my since this package is already available. So this Google services is not available. I'm going to add it into my app. So this plugin is already available. The name is also given. And just I'm going to add one more thing. That is apply plugin form.google.sms GMS Google services. Meanwhile, some more options I need to do. What are those? Have to add some more dependencies. For example, if I want to use Firebase, I have to add this dependencies. Just go to dependency. Here is dependencies. Okay. Here I'm going to add the newly copied line. That is, in order to enable Firebase into my application, this is very important. So now I added this thing. Okay. And also, one more thing I have to add. Suppose, as I told that there are a lot of features are there. Whatever the features you want to enable into your app that Firebase is providing, that thing we are go on providing here using these type of implementations. Now I just want to add only analytics into my app. For that case, what I do is I just add this library into my build Gradle. Just go add this. Now library is added. So as we added all the necessary libraries, right? Our task is to sync the project now. Just click on sync now. So we have to wait until the project will sync. So since new libraries we have added, right? Okay, Gradle sync finished. Everything is fine. No problem at all. No problem at all now. So now this task is also finished. We have to go to next task. You're all set. Now we can run our application and we can check how many users are there with respect to our application, right? What I do is just go to ABD Manager. So I'll just wipe this data and I'm going to use this app, right? Okay, now everything is fine. Now I connected FireBAse into my object application. Now I have to run this application. So I'll run the application. All of you listening, right? So am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So we are running. Meanwhile, we'll go to our Java thing also. So, sorry, FireBAse thing. As I told that we have a lot of features available in FireBAse, and this is the menu. This is okay. These are the lot of features are there. So my app is running now. This app I have connected to Firebase. Once it run it, we can go with analytics, right? So this feature I have enabled into my application. So we can use all the features of this particular analytics of Firebase in my app now. So I can see overall using my application, where in which location it is running now. So what are the audience base? Everything we can check it out one by one now. See, every update will always happens after every 30 minutes, right? So if you just go to dashboard and you want to see how many users appears in your application, that is only possible after 30 minutes. But we have something called real time that can show you how many users are there in this particular 30 minutes. But for number of user keys, you have to ensure once 30 minutes over, then only it will load into your application and it will show you the user statistics. See now nobody is there, right? Now I'll just click on real time. Nobody is using your application. So you can check it out. This is the dashboard. This is the dashboard. In dashboard, you can check it out if any persons are using your application, where is using. Okay, so where are all number of users comes to your application, in which location and all. Uh, so there are a lot of things are here. It will help us to understand the user base and other things also. So you can go with check the dashboards here, and there is something called real time. Now I go and start using this. Now there is no persons in my application, right? But now I have opened the application here. Same thing. Simply type here. I just start using this application. So we'll wait some time. Here it has to be appear that since I have added analytics into my application, right, Firebase Analytics, I must ensure that whether that any users are there or not. Because I am starting using here, it must show in this the one user is available in my application, right? Since I added analytics, so we'll wait one minute. It will update. Till now, we'll see what are the other features are available. So in dashboard, you will get complete analytic related data in a single page. You can choose any number of dates. You can choose any number of dates. Okay, so you can check how many numbers of users are there. Okay, see, since I have started using here my application in last 30 minutes, the one person is start using your application. You can check it out. See, now somebody is using the application. That's why it is showing that one person is using the application now. He is first open. You can check how many times that user is engaging with respect to your application, and where actually your user is coming from. Whether if any persons are using, whether the application is start earning something from your application, you can check it out. And if you use multiple app versions, because anyhow we have a different mobile available, means different versions of mobiles available in the market, and we cannot give you same version to each and every mobile phones, right? For that case, it will even show how many have different app version adapted in respect to your application. And also any lot of good things you can get it in terms of analytics. So how many users from March 23 to 29, how many users from June 27 to June July 3, and it will show in green color, white color. I'll show one good example how analytics will be there with one of the application we have developed for DS ATM. You'll understand that. So now just click on the real time, just click on the real time. The one user is there, and you can even check in which location that user is accessing this application. See, he is from Bangalore, right? Since this is a person who is accessing myself, right? I'm staying here. Okay, I'm staying here. I'm accessing this application. I'm staying here and I'm accessing this application. So that's what it will show all analytics with respect to number of users, different types of audience, the locations, and how much time is spent with respect to this application. Everything we go on get this analytics from the FireBAse, which will help us to improve the business, right? So as I told that, see this FireBAse, this is how you can create application, right? Uh, So what are the things analytics will be do? The Firebase analytics is completely free. Okay, you need not to pay any amount to the Firebase or Google company not to get the analytics. You can register your app into analytics. That's what you can do. How we can do it, as I already shown you, how we can do that. You can get different types of reports using this Firebase. It may be geographic reports, means in which location the number of users are accessing your application, and also what percentage of users are accessing in which location, and how much time they are engaging with respect to your application, and how much revenue it is earning with respect to geographic base or demographic base or engagement base, and retention. See, last week users, the same users, they have appeared in this week also, or next week also, or something like that. That one also you can check. All type of different reports you can get it. So I'll simply show you one of my applications reports. So how it will be helpful to you. Analytics. So it helped me actually in improving my applications. This is for the purpose of web I have used analytics. Okay, sorry, I cannot use it directly here. What I do is, since I have a different account is associated with my analytics, so I just open new window, Google Analytics. Okay, I change the users to different one. Like, say, so I change to Priya Manjuna. This is the one used. Fine. So I have a lot of applications registered. Yeah. So one of the application I'm selected by God. So now nobody is accessing because it is not running at all the server. You can check it out. Different audiences things. Just click on overview. I want to check with respect to 1 year data uh, from September 1 to uh, uh, March. I'm going to get a data here. Just click on the supply. See, there are a lot of users have come to my application, and you can see how many users appears monthly wise. You can check it out. During the last year, we used this tool for online learning purpose. So every student start logging into our application. They start learning from our application. This is the usage basis which tells us how we can improve our application. You can check it out. There are a lot of users. They have entered into our application. Users in the sense all the students from CS department, and these are the retention means returning users are there, and also sessions. You can check it out even with respect to our DSATM website also. You may check our DSATM website. Here also you can get a lot of users. See, this is with respect to DSATM. I have enabled analytics from October 2020. You can check it out. Then the totally 6,000 users they have visited our website, and maximum are new visitors itself. They are searching for something, college and all. They can visit, and also from different countries they are also visiting. You just click on that country where are all the people start visiting. The most of the persons are from India itself, and other things are China. Maybe try to add some information. That's why they have visited. Okay, you can even check state wise also. State wise, how many users have visited into our website state wise from Karnataka, how many like that. You can check even city wise also. So there are a lot of other things also there. We will even get track of IP address also, so that we will know who is accessing that information also. That is not actually provided by analytics because it is completely user confidential information that is not shared to somebody else, right? See, in Bangalore, how many users are there? So these are all the different types of analytics you can get it, whether it may be location. See how many users have attended Bangalore, how many time, how much time they have spent in my website, all the things. But also different technologies, mobile. What are the different devices they are used in order to appear into your application? You can check it out even device itself, different mobile device itself. See. So in Xiaomi, Redmi Note 7 Pro, 103 people are visited. Apple phone, 89 people are visited. Then you can check it out. Technology, what browsers they have used. Yeah, a lot of things are there. Analytics which help us to improve our application. That's what I not to show that. That's why I showed you. Okay. So this code. Okay. Next thing is FireBAse notification. We can add even notification features into our FireBAse application. So in order to add that, what we have to do is I'll just go to this. Oh, okay. This is with respect to our application, right? FireBAse. So as we know that we have something called cloud messaging features that we can add it to our application so that we can send bulk notification to each and every person. So for that case, we'll start sending our notification. For that, first thing what we have to do is in order to enable this cloud messaging, we will add some more features into my application. So for that case, what we do is so we will add the features here. Just go to build Gradle. So here I not at the messaging, right? So wait, I just check the library with respect to cloud messaging. So, what library I need it here is this one I have already installed. I need this one. Yeah, messaging library. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here because along with analytics, I even need messaging. For that case, I've added this. I'll just go on sync now. So Gradle sync is finished. Now I can. Uh, so now even I'll enable cloud messaging here. I'll just come to your Firebase. So here I will type some title here. Uh, Exam notification. So third internals. I don't know date. Certificate. The 2021. So this is my information. I want to. These are all options. I don't want to enter anything. So now the preview will be appears like this. See, you will get a notification. There is exam notification and the description. So if you paste some images, it will appear here. So I'll just click on next then. Then here you just select user segment. Then you have to select app. There you have to select the package name of that app. That is com.inficloud.mydsctm app. Okay. So once you've done that, if you are want to target another app also, you have to select one more package name. In my case, I have just one app. So once you've done the target, now when you have to schedule this application, schedule this message. So for that case, what we do is I will restart the application. Since we have added messaging now, right? We'll restart the application. Uh, Fine. So we restarted the application. So now this application is appears. Now what we do is, so I have to schedule now. Okay. So next, any label related information, these are all you want to put. No, I don't want. It's completely optional. Any other fields you want to put? No, it is also completely. If you just even need sounds and all, then you can enable it here. So now I'll review it. Okay, third internals, you have to sign up, and I'm going to publish. So now the campaign is published. So this exam notification. So it will send to huge number of clients directly the same message who are all using your application. So the same thing. This is not working here, but the same thing is appears in real time. It will reach to each and every person. You can even duplicate it in yours. You can state. So this is one more features that is available in Firebase. Suppose you want to send bulk notification to huge number of people who are accessing your application, then this is some sort of good way you can do it. And there are a lot of other things also there. Okay, other than this, like we have something called Firebase real-time database. Let us work on that one also. We will learn. So this is in order to work on real-time database. Analytics we know, and cloud messaging we know. You can do it even in-app messaging also. One more thing is something called real-time database. Just click on that real-time database. Okay, what exactly real-time database? So I have explained everything. So Firebase will provide database in terms of two things. One is file store database, another one is real-time database. File store database similar like a SQLite, but the thing is, it is going to store your information in the form of NoSQL, that is JSON-like structure. So JSON like this. So it will store and sync data with the file. What real time will do, it is also similar like a database. What it will do, it will store the information and sync the data in real time rather than some 30 minutes buffer or whatever it is. Data is sync across all clients remain available whenever app goes offline. Even app goes offline also, the data is go on syncing. So that's what the advantages of it. Okay. So normally this database is hosted in the cloud. Cloud in the sense FireBAse hosting center. There it is stored, and data is naturally stored in the form of JSON, and also it is synchronized real time. We'll see one example how we can do it. Okay. What we do is we are going to add some FireBAse example. What I do is I just so I'm going to create one application with respect to hand ad. Okay. So I want to get started with this. This are all you all know how we can do it. So what the thing is I have to do here in order to add the FireBuild database features, I want to copy this feature and I'm going to add it in my grid. So here I will add it here. Fine. So I need a FireBase. Any other library I'm going to check? No, only that's enough. That's enough. For that sake, what I do is I'll just sync the project now. Now Gradle sync is finished. No, I will do some modification in my main activity because I want to add that real database into my application, right? For that case, I just add some parameters as objects. So what are the subjects I needed? First thing is I needed FireBase database object. Okay, I just get all these things. So I'm going to add it here. Of course, it will show error. Don't worry about those errors. I need what? FireBase database, right? So first error is char. Solved. Now I just need a reference, database reference. Uh, okay, I got it now. So what I want to build the data into my FireBase, right? For that case, what I do is I'll build it here. Okay. So please remove this line because it is out of scope. Like it cannot work. Everything should be within on create. I must ensure that whether whatever the modification I have done in my FireBase, whether it is appearing in real time, that thing I have to ensure, right? For that case, what I do is I'll just so whatever the data that I'm going to change in my real time database, that has to be appears in edit text. So for that case, what I do is okay, I just need one more thing that is listener, right? I'll just go to here. I'll just copy what is that listener name is add value event listener. I just go and add that listener. So my object is my ref, okay, and I need a listener that is add value event listener and new value event listeners. So two methods are overridden here with respect to listener. One is on data change. If I do modification anything, I have to know whether data is changed or not. If I cancel that, whether it is cancelled or not, that thing I have to ensure. This particular first parameter I don't need. This particular first parameter I don't need. No, nothing ML I'm going to work with. So two methods it is going to be override by add new listener. One is on data change and on cancel. Just what I do is I want some string value here. String value. I want to ensure whether the data is changed or not. For that case, what I do is I want to ensure that the snapshot whether it is changed or not. I want to ensure. For that case, what I do is I'll just copy this line and I'll paste it here. Suppose I get an area because in my case the object name is snapshot, not data snapshot. So change to snapshot. Okay. So now error is cleared. Right. Now I want to display that in my log message. If you wish to display it in a log message, you can do it. You can just display it. Or I can even do one more modification here. Rather than displaying in a log, that whether it will appear or I don't know exactly, right? So I don't know to check here. So tag, I don't have any tag. Better I'll just my time. Okay. So fine. What I do is I'll just print the same thing in my edit text field, right? So whatever I do modify in my real-time database, I'll just print it here. That to set text, right? Uh, Set text. The parameter I'm going to process value. Even I'll write some modification in my cancel feature. That is, so if I fail to read the data, so I will print even log message here also. So because it, if I fail means it should be some exception, because otherwise it will stay there only. I am using some exception handling here. My fail tag. Everything is fine. Still, I have an error. That error is because still I have opened my method within the another method. So that's why I have to close it here itself. So the method should be closed, open and close within here. That's why I got an error. Okay, everything is fine now. Analytics is added, messaging is added, and also real-time database is added. We'll run that. So wait. Okay, I do terminate. It will run now. So you go to your exactly real-time database. This is what we have created. Where is that? So in order to create a real-time database, first you have to check in which location you want to save your information and open in a test mode, because otherwise without authentication it won't allow you to start read or write data. So for that case you have to open in a test mode. So suppose if your only authenticated users only modify the data, then you have to work in a log mode. Here in our case we have opened in test mode. So we created a real-time database. Now it is in a location USA. The data is going to be stored in USA. Uh, okay. Fine. We rerun this application. Because done modification. We rerun this. Something message I have created. We'll wait for that. So again, it is rerun now. So see, now my database is connected to FireBAse here. See, the thing is, I have added something called path, that is message, and the value is added here. The value is what? Hello world, right? So this is what it is connected, and whatever the value is there, that is actually printing in my edit text field, right? Edit text field. I'll just go to my FireBAse database. I do modify. I want to check whether it is reflected here or not. See, parallelly I will run and show you, because we want to ensure that it is working in real time, right, without refreshing at all. So here I'm going to type Manjinath. Okay, modified. See, you can check it out. Here also it is modifying. So whatever the thing I am modifying in the real database, automatically without any refresh or what other things related, it is modifying them. Then something just modified here, automatically it is appearing here. See, this is what a lot of good things we can do it in respect to real time. It is a good example with respect to real time data. Got it right? If anything are modified, it is appears here. But also you can check the log cat. Uh, you can check the log cat. It is appearing with respect to your application. So since I have sent two log messages, right? So whatever modification I will do, it will appear here. What type of things? Debug things. Debug. So just go and do modify something. Just modified my data. You can check it out here. AC automatically even in my log also it is reflected here. So in real time the syncing is happening, synchronization is happening. So here also synchronization is happening. Check it out. Got it right? So this is with respect to real-time database. Uh, we have something called testing. Yeah, we will do that one also. We will have something called testing. For that case, what we have to do is we have to run our test. For that, what we have to do is first we have to build. So I'll just close this application. Okay. So since it is running fine, what we have to do is just I'm going to build the APK of this application. So just click on build APK. It will generate the APK. Then what you have to do is, in order to test your application app, so just go to not in engage, in build, not in build. Where is that? Okay, in release and monitors, we have something called test lab. Click on the test lab. Okay, it is similar like whatever the record or manual testing we have done there, like that. So now I have to drag and drop the APK file here. You may see that normally your APK will store in your C directory where users uh, studio project. What is my app here? Here in app, you can just go to build here in output, here in APK, we have a debug. You just copy that file. Rather than copy, I just drag and drop here. It is now uploading. So your project is uploaded. You can have a multiple options here in which device it has to be run. Okay. Now my device is running in Pixel phone with minimum API level is 26. So if anything failure happens, it will show failed here, or something flaky happen, it will show here. If it is past everything, it will show here. Okay. So you can just it will go on running each and everything with respect to my application. We'll wait. So that's what in-app testing we can do it using TextLab. Okay, you can choose any number of devices. Now they will provide pixel related things. If it is passed, it will show it like this. Okay, in the device, it run the test and passed in two devices. The test is passed using different orientation. It will show everything. So that's what with respect to FireBAse, we can have a lot of other features available with FireBAse. You can store images, audio, and all in FireBAse storage. You want to see what is the pricing of FireBAse, right? Just it is running now. So meanwhile, what I do is I'll just go to FireBAse. I'll just click on the pricing. You can check it out now. See, there are a lot of free options are there with respect to FireBase. See, you can do A/B testing, analytics, app distribution completely free. You need not to pay anything for distribution as well as analytics and all. For authentication also, it will provide us free. That too only 10,000 authentication per month. That is free. Okay. That too in US, Canada, and India. Other nations also 10,000 per month free. Now, storage also it will provide you free cloud file store in our store your images and all. That is 1 GB. Total entire storage it will provide us 1 GB, and the bandwidth means the outgoing bandwidth, that is move and coming data that is available with respect to free plan is 10 gigabytes per month. Okay, 10 gigabytes per month, and you can do writing of 20K per day or 50K read operation per day, or also 20,000 delete operation per day. So more than that, you need to pay some amount. See, this is the amount. So per GB, you have to pay $0.18 per 1 million. Sorry, 1 lakh. Right, you have to pay $0.18. Similar like this. And cloud function is not actually available for free plan. This is, as I told, that something like containers, like Kubernetes and all, it is not available for you free of cost. And you want to monitor some things like CPUs against, this is not available for you free of cost. So cloud messaging, as we know, for bulk notification and all, it is completely free. Okay. Hosting also free. Up to 10 GB of data you can store in your hosting, and also you can do bandwidth data transfer, that is 360 megabytes per day. You can do it. So if you pay some more, you can get good data transfer amount also. So free SSL service will be given. You don't have to worry about the security and all. So these are all the features available in FireBAse, and the pricing also. You can check it out. So we will see. The test is done. Test is passed here. See, three action. Whatever the things is there with respect to test, everything is as appear. That is, this is the start activity, and everything is appears here. You can check it out. Uh, uh, so all the logs information also you can show it there. Complete test information you can get it here. Just this is an, you can export the test results. This is these are the screenshots, and you can check it out videos. And these are the performance with respect to your app. You can check it out. It will base what is the device details it is used for testing your app, and things you can get it. So this is with respect to testing. Next thing is, how can you make a money from your apps? So there are different way you can earn money from your apps. I have that is always through Google Play. Okay, you have to publish your app through Google Play. Then only it will appear to huge number of customers, so that Google will understand how many users are using your application, and so in which location they are using your application, so that the local customer clients who are actually want to show their product details to the huge number of customers, they'll register to Google. The Google will publish the ads in your application. For that, they will provide some small number of code. You have to attach the code into your application, so that you can start show the ads by the Google to the clients. So how you will earn money? Simply showing ad won't earn you money. So if people click on that app, then only you start earning money. So people, the customer, if the ad appears in your mobile phone, if you just click on for some amount of data, for some amount of time, maybe 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, then your app start earning the money. That is what it happens. So for that case, what you have to do is, you have to register your app in a Google Play Stores. Then you have to register your information in a AdMob, and you have to subscribe there. Then you have to post apps display on your mobile phone. That's what you can do it. So I already told that how you will earn money. That is, simply you won't earn money by showing the ad. It should be clicked by some persons. Okay, these are the things available in AdMob. So how to use? See, this is with respect to AdMob. Run ads in your app so that it can earn the revenue from your app. There are, of course, there are 650,000 apps are there that is using AdMob. And you may check, there is a $1 billion paid to the developers in the last 2 years, which is just from the AdMob. So what we have to do in order to register your application into an AdMob. So it is also similar like FireBAse. You just go here, FireBAse. There is something called AdMob. You click on that AdMob. Okay, then you have to sign up for AdMob. Okay, so you have to enter some mobile phone so that you will get an OTP things. You have to verify your account. Okay, so once you've done that, you just click on continue. Once you continue, you just add the thing into your mobile phone so that you can So that's the things with respect to AdMob. So have you understood whatever today I have explained? Typed it? Any help you got it from this? You understood all of the things what we have explained, what we have learned today? Yes or no? Any doubts on this? Any doubts on this? Yes, no doubts. You need the video of this class, today's class? Stop. Any reply? I just read a reply from your side. Please tell me. No doubts. Then I'll just go to the next thing. Okay, fine.